Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And now it's time to make some decisions. So, now I'm gonna choose the blacksmith Herod as my master.
Hey. When can I start as your apprentice?
We can really use a man around here who can beat an orc. Moreover, Hagen told me how you settled the business with the bandits. Good man. As far as I'm concerned, you can start here right away. As for the other masters, Thorben has given you his blessing. Bosper tried to talk me out of it. He wants you as an apprentice for himself. I had a brief but intense discussion with him on this matter. In the end, he agreed. As usual, Constantino doesn't care about anything. He said that as far as he's concerned, you can start wherever you like. And Matteo says you brought him back his gold. Seems to me you're an honorable young man. That means you have the approval of all the masters. Are you ready to start your apprenticeship with me?
I'm in.
Good. I'll teach you how to forge a decent sword. Besides that, it's time you got a bit stronger. You're wasting away before my very eyes.
What are my tasks as an apprentice?
3 guesses.
Forge, and forge?
You aren't as dumb as you look. I pay per blade. If you don't work, there's no money. It's that simple. Furthermore, I'll teach you everything you need to know to make a plain sword. Making magic blades is only something for experienced smiths. And you're a long way from that. If you need a place to sleep, you can bunk down somewhere in my house. Everything clear so far?
Teach me how to forge a decent sword.
Now you can learn this same recipe from Bennett on the farm.
It's quite simple, boy. Get a piece of raw steel and hold it in the fire until it glows. Then you pound the blade into shape on the anvil. Your first swords won't be masterpieces, but you can learn everything else later.
Now this sword and all other swords that you can learn from this guy, you cannot learn this from Bennett.
It's quite simple, boy. Get a piece of raw steel and hold it in the fire until it glows. Then you pound the blade into shape on the anvil.
But if you join the mercenaries, Bennett can teach you how to forge ore weapons. This guy will not teach you that.
It's quite simple. It's quite simple. It's quite simple, boy. Then you pound.
And all of these weapons are one-handed weapons, where Bennett can teach you how to forge one-handed and two-handed ore weapons. So I have 11 raw steel. I can buy some more from this guy.
What? I can sell.
And then for each one, I have to heat it up. And I can just spam the animation. Now I don't have to heat all of them up. I have 6, that should be enough. Now I already have some weapons that I can forge. I've looted them. So I have 3 of them.
Hey, you!
There you are again.
Let's sell them.
I want to sell the weapons I forged.
Good. Give it here. Fine. And here's your pay.
So he pays nice for them. And there's also a bug where if you sell your weapons and you equip one, by equipping it you will spawn another one in your inventory, so you can do that infinite amount of times.
There you are.
Now there's a cool line.
There you are.
Let me sell this again.
I want to sell the weapons I forged.
Good. Give it here. Fine.
So if you equip the weapon, you will only sell one.
I want.
Good. Fine. And here.
I want to sell the weapons I forged.
Then make some. I'll only accept plain swords.
So if you want to avoid that bug, just sell your weapons. Don't equip them, don't do anything, just sell. Okay, now. Let's make all of the weapons he taught me. And now let's check them out. So this is the best weapon he taught me. Then there's this one. Then there's this one. Then there's this one. And then there's this one that I already had before. And you can sell all of them. But now, since I crafted this one, there's a cool line
There you are again.
that he can tell you.
I want to sell the weapons I forged.
Good. Give it here. Fine. And here's your pay.
Now, since I crafted this one, he doesn't want to take it because I'm wearing it. And he has a unique dialogue.
I want to sell the weapons I forged.
All you have is the one on your belt. You'd better keep it.
So that's really cool. Now, let me show you a quick way how to get raw steel. And forge infinite amount of weapons. So this guy, whenever he performs an animation, such as knocking the steel on anvil or heating up the steel, he generates raw steel in his inventory. Which means
Just you, Canar!
you can beat him up,
Slug him!
loot the raw steel, and then just wait for him to generate more. Wait for him to start an animation. And since this is a harbor, and nobody cares that you beat him up, you can get infinite amount of raw steels.
We'll see about
Sometimes
that.
cold, sometimes already heated up. And he doesn't even care if you beat him up, because he's a Chad. He doesn't have a time for that. Now, if you want to do this the legit way, you can go to Onar's farm and just keep buying the raw steel from Bennett. Bennett generates
you.
raw steel the same way this guy generates them,
What
just
do
by
you-
starting an animation. So, whenever he starts an animation, you want to talk to him, buy the raw steel,
What do you...
then quit, then wait for him to start animation again, then buy it again. And with that,
What-
you can
what do you-
spend a little money. It's a fair trade. So that's a legit way to do it.
What do you...
It's no big deal.
Okay, so I'm not gonna learn how to forge weapons, because at the moment I have decent amount of money, don't really care about money at the moment. If I ever do start to care, I will learn it and sell it.
There you
For
are.
now, I'm just gonna sell what I have.
I want to sell the weapons I forged.
Good. Give it here. Fine. And here's your pay.
And now let's... finally do this quest.
You still owe me a favor. It is time to pay your debt.
What do you want?
I want my old stall in the marketplace back. Sarah snatched it away from me, but she has had that spot long enough. I want her to give up the stall.
And what's my part in this?
I will give you a letter to stick in her pocket. Then you go to Andre and tell him that Sarah is selling weapons to Onar. She lands in prison. You pocket the bounty, and I get the stall. You have 2 days to accomplish this.
What will happen if I refuse to do that?
That would be truly stupid of you, because you see, I know that you're an escaped convict. If that gets around, it could do considerable harm to your situation in the city.
All right, looks like I've got no choice.
You're a clever lad. Here is the letter.
How am I supposed to foist the letter on her?
Let her show you her wares, and while she does, you hide the letter on her. And bear in mind, I am an influential man in the city, so don't try to play me for a fool. Don't you have a job to do? First, foist the letter onto Sarah, and then go to Andre and accuse her. Do that, and don't try to cheat me. You would regret it.
That's what I've always said.
I don't believe that.
And it's gonna get even worse.
He'd better shut up.
So all he wants me to do
That's not what I heard.
is sell her the letter.
These are...
Show me your wares.
I can't take care of everything right.
And then go snitch on her.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
But that's terrible.
Now, since I'm gonna do 3 playthroughs, I'm gonna do this quest in 3 different ways. And the first way is I'm gonna snitch on Canar.
I've come to collect the bounty for a criminal. Canar the merchant is trying to get rid of Sarah.
Sarah, the weapons merchant in the marketplace?
I was supposed to foist a letter on Sarah, which claimed that she's supplying weapons to Onar.
I see. I shall gladly pay the bounty for that bastard. He is already as good as behind bars.
I warned you, but you wouldn't listen. We will discuss this later. Now get lost. I want to rest.
Now here's what's gonna happen. In later chapters, he will get out of prison. And he will get rid of Sarah. So I'm gonna prevent that.
Put down that weapon.
So if you attack him, the militia will think that he's escaping the prison.
No fighting here, do you understand? Let that be a lesson to you. Gold. Okay, that's mine for starters. I think I'll take your weapon for safekeeping.
I didn't loot him because if I do, this guy will attack me
Don't try
for
that
stealing.
again.
Then he will get up and go back to his jail. And now,
Put down that weapon.
But they're smashing each other's skulls.
Nothing there.
nobody cares about him. He's just a prisoner. And that's how I dealt with him in this playthrough. In the next one, I'll do it differently. And now it's time to join the militia.
I'm ready to join the militia.
Then you are a citizen of Carinus?
The blacksmith has taken me on as an apprentice.
Herod? I know him. He works for us. He's a good man. If he vouches for you, there's nothing standing in the way of your acceptance into the militia. You can join us if you wish, but your decision will be final. Once you wear the armor of the militia, you cannot simply take it off and no longer belong to us. Are you prepared to fight together with us for Innos and the king?
I'm ready.
Then so shall it be. Welcome to the militia. Here is your armor. Wear it with pride and dignity.
Now, there's one cool little detail when you belong to the militia and don't wear the armor.
Soldier, what sort of clothes are those? Get changed on the spot!
Other militia members won't talk to you if you don't wear the armor. This guy will look at you and keep looking at you, but he won't talk to you until you equip the armor.
So Lord Andre accepted you. I expect you to come here and train regularly. Ruga will train you in the art of the crossbow, and Mortis will help you to increase your strength. But the most important thing is for you to learn to handle your sword properly. I'll make a good fighter of you yet.
Now, I have 91 learning points, so I'm gonna learn how to use two-handed weapons. Now, this is the moveset when you're rookie with the two-handed weapons. Also, when you hop back, the animation is slightly longer with a two-handed weapon compared with one-handed.
All the citizens of this city who have martial skills at their disposal are herewith urged to join the Royal Militia.
Now, one of the NPCs told us that if we only train with one type of weapon, let's say two-hander weapons, at some point we will also train with one-handed as well. And that happens when there's a difference of 25% between one-handed and two-handed weapons.
Let's begin with the training.
Now I have 30%. Now, as a fighter in two-handed skills, this is the moveset that you have.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Paris, by the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. Martial law is immediately...
Hey, you! Let's begin with the training.
And of course, I could have trained to 29%, then trained to 34 for just 5 learning points, but I don't really care about that. So, let's get to 40. Now, as soon as I reach 25% difference between one-handed and two-handed weapons, and this also goes for bows and crossbows, I'm also gonna start training with one-handed weapons. For the same price. It's still 10 learning points. So I have 50 in two-handed and 25 now in one hand.
Hey, you!
Let's do it again.
Let's begin.
If I click on it, I'm also gonna increase one and two-handed crit chance. Now I have 55-30.
Hey, you!
And I'm gonna stop at 60. And I want to train strength from this guy.
I want to get stronger.
Got it. If you've got enough experience, I can help you with your training.
I want to get stronger.
So now I have 50 strength, and with that I can carry this weapon. And now, as a master, at 60%, This is my moveset with two-handers.
Everyone is to begin training in the skills of combat immediately and to arm himself appropriately.
Can I finally see Lord Hagen now?
You are now in the service of the Paladins. They will let you in, but you had better have something important to say.
Don't worry, I do.
Remember that you are meeting the Chief Paladin. Behave yourself accordingly. You represent not only yourself now, but the entire militia.
Will I get a weapon too?
Of course. Peck usually takes care of that. But it occurs to me that I haven't seen him for quite a while. Find out where he's hiding and bring him here. Then he will give you a weapon. And if you want to sleep, you can lie down in one of the beds in the bunkhouse.
Have you got an assignment for me?
Lately, there's been an increase in the sale of swamp weed in the city. We cannot allow this stuff to catch on. Otherwise, everyone here will start smoking and no longer be able to work, let alone wield the weapon. Particularly now that there is a danger of a possible attack by orcs or mercenaries. I suspect that the mercenaries are behind it. I bet they're bringing the stuff into the city.
What is there to do?
Mortis, one of our men, heard in the harbor inn that a package of swamp weed has arrived somewhere in the harbor district. Look around down there and bring me the package.
Will you tell me now why you Paladins have come to Khorinis?
Now you belong to the city guard. Therefore, you are also subordinate to the Paladins. Now, I can take you into my confidence. We have come on a mission from King Robar. With the collapse of the barrier, the deliveries of ore have failed. Therefore, we are getting the ore and bringing it to the mainland. With the ore, we shall forge new weapons and drive the orcs back.
How's the situation in town?
Everything is under control. Carry out your assignments.
So, I've already completed the weed package. I already have it. And this weed package quest is connected to the weed package quest from the mercenaries. So, even though I did the quest technically, I'm still gonna go around and ask questions about the package.
Hey! Could you train me?
Sure thing. If you have enough experience, I can help you. Always remember, dexterity and long-range combat belong together like crossbow and bolt. The one
isn't worth a thing without the other. I understand.
So he can teach me how to use crossbow. And I said it before, crossbows required strength to use. However, the damage of crossbows increases with dexterity. So it's crossbow damage plus dexterity.
Hey! Where's Peck?
You've just started with us, huh? Well then, welcome to the team. Peck's been in the city a really long time. I bet he's hanging around that sweet Vanya in the Red Lantern.
What do you know about that package of weed?
The last time I was in the Harbor Inn, I heard how Cardiff and some other guy were talking about it.
Who was the other guy?
No idea. But he said he'd found the best storage place for his herbs. Then the two of them laughed like drunken orcs.
Now, since I helped Sarah...
Really? How interesting.
She will have a dialogue?
Like that.
Ah, there you are again.
Someone's gonna do the work.
Canthar was trying to trick you
Can't take
and to
care of
get your
everything
booth
for
for himself, but I've turned him over to the city guard.
Then you've made an enemy of a dangerous man. I've known the bastard for a long time, and he's always wanted my place for himself. Take this weapon as a token of my gratitude.
He simply talks too much.
You don't say.
The leader of the Thieves Guild has a unique dialogue now that I belong to militia.
I see you become a fighter for law and order. It doesn't matter that you're in the service of Innos. You're one of us, and I hope that's the way you see it too.
Other Thieves Guild members don't care.
Really, how interesting.
Also, all three masters in the city have unique dialogue when you join the militia.
Wait a minute.
You're with the militia now. I'm proud of you. As long as you're in the army, naturally I won't expect you to fulfill your duties as an apprentice as well. But if you need anything, you can come to me anytime.
Hey, you up and join the militia, huh? Not that I care, just as long as besides orcs and bandits, you hunt a few wolves as well.
Hey, you!
So, you have joined the militia. I have already heard about that. Get yourself apprenticed in a hurry and then up and join the militia? I'm not going to make it that easy for you. I expect you to stick to our agreement and bring me plants and mushrooms on a regular basis. If it's too much for you to work 2 jobs at once, you'll just have to sleep less.
That's not what I heard.
And he will tell you.
Watch out, we ain't tell one.
That was obvious I need information. What do you know about a package of swampweed?
Whoever owns such a package is a rich man, and probably a very relaxed man as well.
Don't try to fool me. You know something, so spit it out.
All right, all right. This fellow came to my tavern the other day, one of the mercenaries. He said that he sold a package of swampweed at the harbor, but of course he was completely stoned. That's all I know.
No, he's talking about Dar, the mercenary, since these two quests are connected. Then if you go to Mercenary Farm and investigate, you'll figure out that the package was sold near the boat builders. Then you go here, get the package, and then you can complete the quest. Now, I've said it before. You're completely safe to give the package immediately to Cypher, and you'll see why right now.
About the package.
Have you found it?
Yes, here it is.
Good work. We shall guard the weed securely. Here is your pay.
So, yeah, you can give the package to Andre, or you can just lie about it.
About the package.
Have you found it?
I threw it into the harbor basin.
So? Well, the main thing is that it can no longer fall into the wrong hands. Here is your pay.
Have you got another job for me?
You have taken the package of swampweed out of circulation. Good. But I would like to know who is distributing the stuff among the people. It must be someone in the harbor district. If someone regularly came from outside the city, he would have been caught some time ago.
What exactly am I to do?
Find the dealer and get him to sell you some weed. That will not be easy, but we cannot arrest him otherwise. Talk to Mortis. He knows the harbor district. Perhaps he can help you.
Have you got another assignment for me?
Lobart the turnip farmer has problems in his fields. If we help him, it will solidify his relationship with the city. So go to him and see what is wrong.
About that weed, I'm still working on it.
Good. Remember, you must get that fellow to do business with you.
What with? What do you know about the harbor district? I want to find the one who's selling the swamp weed.
Well, the guys down there really don't talk much. And they're guaranteed not to say anything to one of the city guard. If you want to learn anything down there, you should... No, you have to take off your armor.
All right, and then?
The tavern and the brothel are probably the best places for you to go. If you're gonna learn anything, then you'll learn it there.
Now, I already got the hint to not wear the militia armor during this quest. But I'll still do it to get some interesting dialogues.
I need information. Where can I buy weed here?
Certainly not here. I've nothing to do with stuff like that.
I need information. Where can I buy weed here?
Certainly not here.
All right, where then?
I'd talk to Meldor if I were you. After all, he smokes all day.
That was obvious all along.
He'd better shut up.
There's nothing I can do about it. Nobody will learn anything from me.
Hey, you! Do you know where I can buy some weed?
No idea.
Now for this guy, you have to reload if you ask him in militia armor.
Hey, you! Do you know where I can buy some weed?
If I were you, I'd try my luck in the Red Lantern.
Do you work for Lamar?
Smart kid.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
Not long ago, the city guards turned the entire harbor district upside down. They were searching for stolen property. There've been plenty of thefts here lately, especially in the better quarters. They're obviously trying to blame the poor suckers at the harbor for everything.
Someone's got to do the work. Someone's got to do
And they also love equipping and unequipping militia armor in front of the NPCs that I investigate.
You don't have to ask me that. Do you really believe that?
I won't tell her.
Do you know where I could buy some weed?
No, piss off.
That's not what I heard. That's not what
Can I get special goods here too?
Sure, all my goods are very special. If you have enough gold, you can go upstairs with Nadja.
Who says things like that?
I want to have some fun.
Fine. You're not likely to forget the next few hours of your life anytime soon. Go upstairs with Nadja then. Have fun.
Hey! Let's go upstairs.
Today's your lucky day, baby. Let's go.
Wait a minute. Where can I buy some weed around here?
Leave me alone.
Wait a minute. Where can I buy some weed around here?
Leave me alone.
says things like that?
Not my problem.
That's terrible. Now that's typical, isn't it? Now that's typical, isn't it? I won't tell her a thing from now on. These are bad times. That's what I've always said. Really, how interesting. Who says things like that?
We're gonna buy some weed around here.
How would I know? Even if I knew, I'd certainly not tell the city guard.
So that's cool.
These are bad times. Don't tell this to anyone.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
We're gonna buy some weed around here.
If you want me to tell you something, you'd better part with a few gold pieces.
How much do you want?
50 gold pieces should do the trick.
Someone's got to do the work.
Now tell me where I can buy weed.
Talk to Borka, baby. He'll have some weed for you.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Nobody wants to know.
The next couple of hours belong to us. It's time for you to relax, lie back, and enjoy.
Wait a minute.
I can only talk to you if you speak to Bromar first.
That's what I've always said.
Hey, it's time to hit the road.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I need a weapon, so come back to the barracks.
Damn it, your weapon can wait.
Come on, Andre's already missed you too.
Damn.
If I hadn't seen
Okay, I'm coming already. But when you report back to Andre, don't tell him I was here.
That's not what I heard.
Like he simply talks too much.
Don't tell this to anyone.
I've heard you're selling weed.
I'm sorry, Mr. City Guard, sir. There must have been a mistake. I know nothing about weed.
Everybody knows by now.
I've heard you're selling weed.
Says who?
No, I don't wanna snitch on Nadja.
Really? How interesting.
That's beside the point.
I just want to know who sent you so I can be sure you're all right.
I don't believe that.
So, do you want to cut a deal or not?
All right. Let's make a deal. You give me 50 gold pieces, and then you'll get your weed. No haggling.
Let's make a deal. Here's the gold.
All right. Here's a fresh, resinous stalk of weed.
Now that's typical, isn't it? He simply talks too much.
He simply talks too much.
Someone's got to do the work.
That's not what I heard.
Same old thing, all.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
Nobody wants to know.
But he knew that.
What do you have to offer?
Then pay attention.
His deeds were just.
He sells mole rat fat.
But he knew that all along.
Which you may need for that cave that I
That will never change.
mentioned before.
I couldn't get away.
I've my own
Someone's got to do the work.
And also Laris has a unique dialogue.
Can't keep anything to
now that they belong to militia.
Some problems solve themselves.
Hey, you!
You're in the militia now. I'm gonna laugh myself sick. A former convict in the militia. Only you could pull something like that. You won't blow the whistle on me about working for Lee, will you?
But you know me.
Problems solve themselves.
You listen to the wrong people.
I could have told you that before.
Who says that?
Never knew that.
Hey! Andre sent me to you. Is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah, sure. Those damn field raiders are making me sick. Do them all in. I don't care how.
Wait a minute. I think I've done away with the things.
Don't try to fool me. I can still see them. Either you kill the critters, or we can forget the whole thing.
Is there any interesting news?
These huge, disgusting plague beetles are becoming a real nuisance. They're everywhere. They'll eat everything in sight if you don't watch out. A few days ago, I was lying in the grass, minding my own business, just about to doze off, and one of those damn things was chewing on my shoe. You should have seen me run. Since then, I haven't been able to sleep in peace.
Lately, it's gotten a lot more dangers out here, and the field raiders are becoming a real plague.
Since the barrier around the penal colony disappeared, we've had constant trouble with the bandits.
Hey!
I'm sure you have enough money to buy yourself something in town.
Hey, you!
I'm sure you have enough.
Now this lady won't give me free food anymore, because now I have a job.
Hey! I've done away with the things.
Well done. Well, you're not a bad exterminator. I'll recommend you around. Here, take this as payment.
We can only wait and see.
It's really not my problem.
Has anything exciting happened?
Oh well, all's quiet. I suppose that when the orcs come, we can't fail to notice.
Adanos feared for the day in which the beast would return.
I've helped Lobart.
Excellent. If Lobart is happy, then he will continue to sell his turnips to the city. Here is your pay.
About that weed, I know who's selling the weed in town. It's Borka, the doorman at the Red Lantern.
Indeed? Do we have proof?
He sold me some swamp weed.
Fine. That's enough for us. I shall have him arrested at once. Here is your pay.
Hey, you! I want to see the prisoners.
All right, pal.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Carinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted.
Now about Peck.
I've managed to track down Peck.
Yes, he's already back at his post and going about his duty. Where did you find him?
He was in the Red Lantern.
So, he's hanging around with the girls instead of doing his duty. I believe I shall have a few words with him.
I've come to get myself a weapon.
I haven't forgotten you. Who told Andre that I was in the Red Lantern then? And now you want a blade from me. All right, you'll get a blade. Here. And now drop dead. If you want a better weapon, then go to the merchants in the market.
So if you snitch on him, he gives you the worst possible weapon. A rusty sword.
I've managed to track down Peck.
Yes, he's already back at his post and going about his duty. Where did you find him?
He crossed my path in town.
All right, then go to him and get yourself a weapon.
I've come to get myself a weapon.
Well, look who's here. Our new comrade. And he wants a sword. You didn't tell Andre I was in the Red Lantern. You seem to be okay. Here, take your sword. It's the best that I have. If you want a better weapon, then go to the merchants in the market.
And now he gave me a much, much better weapon. Now from this guy here, from his chest,
That's not what I heard.
I got a blood
How interesting.
chalice, which I need for Thieves Guild for this quest. Now, if I had pickpocketing, and if I had 30 dexterity, I would have done this quest right away.
That's typical, isn't it?
But since I don't have that, it's gonna wait a little bit. And there's also a way to get dexterity for free. Well, by free I mean by not investing learning points. So you'll see.
Halt! Only the citizens of the town and the king's troops can get into the upper end of the town.
You hardly know who to believe these days. Couldn't we make an exception?
What? There are rules in this town. Rules that apply to everyone without exception. If we let you break those rules, it would be unfair towards all those who obey them.
Will it ever change?
I'm telling you for the last time. One step farther, and you'll be in a world of hurt.
That's the first time. I belong to the militia. Let me pass.
So, Andre accepted you. Then he can't be such a bad guy after all. You are now one of the protectors of the city, so be nice and friendly towards the citizens.
And the remaining 5 blood chalices are in this part of town.
Had to happen sooner or later.
I don't know why you get so worked.
Ah, you again. So, you actually managed to get into the upper quarter. There are some things you must heed here. Otherwise, you will wind up outside as fast as you got in here. You're only allowed to enter the merchants' buildings. You can recognize them by the signs over the door. Just so there are no misunderstandings.
Sooner or later.
The other buildings belong to important citizens. There is nothing there for you. As a member of the militia, you also have access to the rooms of the Paladins. But your quarters are still in the barracks. The important citizens of this town live in this quarter. So treat them with respect. Do we understand each other?
Sure. Where can I find Lord Hagen?
He's in the town hall, at the end of the upper quarter. But you will not be admitted there without a good reason.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
You should know that best. As a member of the city guard, it's your task to see to law and order.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Do you know anything about a stone creature from the stone circle at Lobar's farm?
Certainly, we destroyed it. It was a threat to the surrounding farms. Why do you ask?
Do you think that's normal?
That stone monster, you mean? As far as I know, the water mages are taking care of it. I don't give it much thought. We have our tasks here in town and in the Valley of Mines.
I see. I'm looking for metal fragment of a ring ornament. It should have been somewhere near Lobart's stone circle.
Yes, there was such a thing. The stone creature was carrying it. I thought it was a rune of magic. I gave it to Lord Hagen. I have no idea whether he's still got it.
He really should have known better.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
Who are you then? Looks like you're new and have no idea what's going on around here. They call me Gerbrandt. That's Mr. Gerbrandt. Sir, to you. Got it?
I get the point, Mr. Gerbrandt, sir.
At least it didn't take you too long to grasp how the wind blows around here. As soon as business starts picking up again, I can surely find a use for a great big guy like you. You'd make a really good depot master. Can you read?
Of course.
Fine, fine. Trained staff is hard to come by. How about your references?
References?
All right. I shall remember your face. Once trade picks up again, come and see me. I just might have a job for you by then.
Anything new?
People like you have no business up here. This is where the respectable society resides, and not tramps or crooks. If you should ever succeed in becoming wealthy and respectable, you might find yourself more welcome here.
Where did you pick
Wait a minute. Anything new?
People like you...
Now, on the bandits.
I've got my own opinion about that.
I found many weapons.
Nobody wants to know.
that had letter F scratched in the pommel. And in one of the camps, I found a letter signed by Fernando, which is this guy.
How's business?
Not so great. Back when the barrier was still in place, times were better. The prisoners would scrape boxes and boxes of ore from the mines, and my ships then brought it to the mainland. On their way back, they bought food and other wares. But now we're cut off from the mainland, and I have to rely on the farmers for supplies.
No, I'm not gonna accuse him yet, because he will give me a quest later.
How do you make a living now?
Right now, I'm living off my savings. But if I can't get back into business, times are gonna get rough for me.
So I'm just gonna avoid that for now.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him. I will never change.
He really should have known better.
What are you doing here?
I make sure that nobody enters the houses. Explicit order from Lord Hagen, and don't even think about violating this order.
How are things?
At the moment, everything is quiet.
I come from our mutual friend Ramirez.
Oh? That Ramirez is a little rat, and he's no friend of mine. Never mind. Did you bring me anything?
That depends on what it is you want.
Okay, I'll tell you how it works. You pay 250 gold pieces, then I won't be here at night. If you're too conspicuous and I happen to be in the area, the deal is off.
And I will pay you later.
It can't go on like this forever.
What's so great was the wrath of Paladin.
I used to say that myself.
Hey, you!
My name is Ludero. I buy and sell all kinds of things.
What wares do you have to offer?
Well, especially rare and unusual things. So far, I've always managed to fulfill my customers' wishes.
Show me your wares. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Yes, for my current assignment, I need the claws of a snapper. But not just any old claws. It would have to be something special. The claws of a mighty beast who has killed many men already, or something like that.
Where can I find snappers?
There are a few of them on this island, but most of them live in the Valley of Mines.
And what's in it for me?
I could get you a ring of invincibility.
I'll see what I can do.
Now, for this quest, you don't have to learn how to take claws from animals, because this special animal always drops the claws.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
That isn't true. Welcome, traveler. Looking for a fine potion? I have a large selection and reasonable prices. And my potions are much better than the stuff that Zuris sells.
Show me your wares.
I'm gonna buy the Fire Rain and Storm. Also buy the potions.
Show.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
That was no big deal.
Just listen to him talk. That's all just gossip. You should really have known better.
Now here,
Justice will prevail in the end.
there's a switch on the wall that moves this cabinet, and behind it is a scroll, which is a Oblivion spell.
That's all just gossip. And
There's also Ina's statue here. If you want to loot it, then give it to the lady in the harbor.
What's new?
They say the farmers have rebelled. We can't use crap like that now, when we're in the middle of a war with the orcs.
What are my options here in town?
If you don't want to end up in the gutter in the harbor district, find a regular job. Ask around in the lower part of town. Maybe you'll get lucky. If you're planning on staying longer here in the city, you should join the militia, or at least get trained in combat. The combat instructors in the barracks also train civilians. The orcs will come soon, and then you'll be glad of every hour you spent on the drill ground.
What are my options here in town?
If you don't want to end up in the gutter in the harbor district, find a regular job. Ask around in the lower part of town. Maybe you'll get lucky. If you're planning on staying longer here in the city, you should join the militia, or at least get trained in combat. The combat instructors in the barracks also train civilians. The orcs will come soon, and then you'll be glad of every hour you spent on the drill ground.
What do you know about the Paladins?
Not much. Nobody knows exactly why they're here. Not even those of us in the city guard. They've taken control of the city, chased the governor out of his council chamber, and relieved the judge of his office. If you ask me, it's a good thing. Those pompous asses bitterly need a lesson in humility.
What are you doing here?
What are you accosting me for? Who are you anyway?
Say,
don't I know you from somewhere?
Maybe so.
Don't get snotty. Who do you think you're talking to anyway? The least you can do is address me in a more appropriate tone. And now get out of my sight.
In the name of King Robar II, bearer of the scepter of Verant, I sentence this convict to...
Stop! Convict, I've got an offer to make you. This letter must reach the leader of the Magicians of Fire.
You're wasting your time.
You may choose your own reward. They'll give you anything you ask for.
Very well, I'll take your letter. On one condition. Spare me the rest of his nonsense.
How dare
Keep silent. Right, send him in.
So yeah, the first time we see this guy is at the start of Gothic 1. He's the one reading us the rites.
In us enlightens all those who recognize his wisdom. That will never change.
So you're one of us. Then I got some useful information for you. Some of the houses up here have secret panels that can only be opened by hidden switches. People hide their valuables behind them.
What are you doing here?
What do you think, huh? I'm a gardener. I take care of the garden.
You're pretty much by yourself here, aren't you?
Yes, and it should stay that way. I'm glad that I have some peace here. Once, they wanted to send me to the penal colony because I did some guy in. But Larius, the governor, needed another gardener, and so I could stay here. Over time, this garden has become my home, and I'm content with that.
Are you growing herbs as well?
A few. I'm growing fireweed and fire nettles. I also tried swamp weed, but that doesn't really thrive here. Well, I just harvested. So if you want to buy something...
Show me your wares.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Halt! Only men who are in service to the king may enter the town hall.
It's a bad business.
I need to speak to Lord Hagen.
Do you know how often I've heard that? You can't go in. If you try anyway, I'll have to kill you. If you take one more step by Innos, I shall knock you down.
I'm not telling you.
I am a member of the militia.
All right, you can go in. I couldn't get away with that.
That's not what I heard.
I am Girion, master of two-handed combat and paladin of the king. Why are you disturbing me?
Can you train me?
If you wish to learn something, You must turn to a teacher from outside of our order. I am a warrior, not a teacher.
You should really have known better.
He had better shut up.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
And there's more, believe me.
I need to talk to Lord Hagen.
He's in the Great Hall, straight through there. Whatever it is you want from him, keep it short. He's a busy man.
What does it mean to be a paladin?
A paladin is a warrior of Innos. He lives in order to serve him and fights in order to do him honor. In return, the gift of magic is bestowed upon us. The magic of runes, which we are granted as recognition for our deeds.
Can you teach me something?
I only instruct paladins.
That's an open secret. I can't take care of everything for everybody.
You should really have known better.
I don't believe that.
I would have done it differently.
You don't have to tell me that.
He simply talks too much.
Now there is a blood chalice here. I'll take it later.
What's your business here? If you want something, make an appointment.
Who are you?
I am Larius, the local governor. Even if it may not seem so at the moment, I am the most powerful man in this city.
So you're in charge here.
At the moment, my hands are tied. That Lord Hagen is in command here, for as long as he's in the city at any rate.
How's it going?
What business is it of yours? As long as the Paladins are in the city, Lord Hagen takes care of all the affairs that concern the city.
I didn't mean to intrude.
You have failed utterly at that, so go away.
That's no secret.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Do you really believe that?
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
I thought you'd come to talk to Lord Hagen, so you should go ahead and do that.
How is the situation on the mainland?
The war isn't won yet, although the royal troops are already driving back the orcs. But small bands of orcs are gathering in many places, trying to scatter our army. They fight without honor and without faith, and therefore we shall prevail in the end.
Can you teach me?
I only instruct the followers of our order.
I have already heard of you. Lothar has reported that you wish to speak with me. You are the stranger who has demanded the Eye of Innos. I am Lord Hagen, Paladin of the King, warrior of our Lord Innos, and Commander-in-Chief of Khorinis. I have much to do, so do not waste my time. Tell me, rather, why you are here.
Now, I've shown it before that this was the original design for Paladin armor in Gothic sequel. Now, can you guess the name of this guy in the photo? He was also named Hagen, just like this guy that I'm talking to.
The hosts of evil are gathering very close to here, in the Valley of Mines.
In the Valley of Mines? We have dispatched an expedition there. We are also aware of reports that say the pass there is occupied by orcs. But thus far, no news has reached me of an army of evil. What army is that supposed to be?
An army of dragons who have gathered hosts of their minions around them.
Dragons? According to the old scriptures, it is many centuries since dragons were last sighted. Tell me, why should I believe a word you say?
But the question isn't whether you can believe me. The question is whether you can afford not to believe me when I tell the truth.
As long as I have no proof, I cannot afford to send even more men there.
So you want me to bring you proof?
Precisely. Cross the pass and go to the Valley of Mines. Once there, seek out the expedition, and when you have found them, speak to Commander Garond. If anyone knows the situation there, he will. If he confirms your words, then I am prepared to help you.
Does that mean you'll hand over the Eye of Innos to me?
The Eye of Innos? Good. Bring me proof. then I shall see to it that you are permitted to wear the amulet.
Then can I say I've got your word on this matter?
You can, for you have it.
What do you know about the Eye of Innos?
It is a divine artifact. In the old prophecies, it is mentioned in connection with dragons. However, the scriptures also say that only a chosen of Innos can wear it.
How am I supposed to get across the pass?
I shall give you the key to the gate to the pass. However, you will have to find your own way through the ranks of the orcs. May Innos protect you.
Why have you come to Carinus?
We are on an important mission for the kingdom. Our orders come directly from King Robar. I told you that we have sent an expedition to the Valley of Mines. That is the reason for our presence.
I'm looking for a metal ornament. It should have been by the stone circle near Lobar's farm.
If you mean this thing here, we suspected that it might be a magical rune, but it turned out to be completely worthless. You can have it if you like. I have no use for it.
I want to take up service with the Order.
To be a warrior of Innos means to devote yourself entirely to the cause of Innos. Only the noblest and bravest warriors are accepted into our order. If you are truly determined to become a paladin, you must prove that you are worthy.
How can I prove myself worthy?
Your deeds will show whether you are worthy. We fight for freedom and justice in the name of Innos. We fight against Beliar and his henchmen who want to destroy the just order of Innos.
I understand.
You understand nothing at all. Our honor is our life, and our life is Innos. A paladin goes into battle praising Innos, and many of us have lost our lives on the altar of the eternal strife between good and evil. Every single one of us has committed himself to this tradition. If we fail, we tarnish the deeds of our fallen comrades. Only he who truly understands this is worthy of being a paladin.
According to the reports I've received, the Valley of Mines is a dangerous place. Make sure to equip yourself well before you leave.
Now, since Chapter 2 started, many merchants have gotten new items, some enemies have spawned or respawned.
No idea. You tell me.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
This guy now has a new quest.
I couldn't get away with it.
Hey, you, wait a minute. You're headed for the Valley of Mines, aren't you?
And?
Here's a bargain. You give me a report on what's going on with the ore, and for that I will get you a ring that increases your life energy.
I'll see what I can do.
The things I could tell you.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
But Adanos feared for the day in which the beast would return.
This guy now has new items to sell.
That's not what I heard.
Show me your wares.
So he has 2 new books, and if you read them, you will get more crit chance with one-handed or two-handed weapons.
That's what I've always
And they also cost 5,000 gold.
Someone's got to do the work.
Which means I'm gonna get them later.
Now that's typical, isn't it? Who says things like that? I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Show me your wares.
Now that's typical, isn't it? That's not what I heard. He can't keep anything to himself. He can't take care of everything for everybody. Everybody knows by now.
What's new?
Lately, the bandit problem hasn't been so bad. It looks like someone has finally started to do something about it.
How do I go about orienting myself in this city?
It's not that easy finding your way around here, is it? Even the signposts don't always help. If you have a bad sense of direction, you'd better go down to the harbor, assuming you can find your way there, and look for the cartographer's house. It's right next to the tavern at the quay. Brahim will certainly have a map of the city for you.
Who are the influential citizens of Carinus?
Try the blacksmith or the carpenter in the lower part of town. You'll find a few other well-respected masters there, too. If anyone here besides the city guards and the paladins has anything to say, then it's these men.
What's new?
Lately, the bandit problem has...
Now, at the start of Chapter 2,
You listened to the wrong people.
there's an amulet that spawned this way.
Is there any interesting news?
Besides what I already told you? No.
Is there anything else that might interest me?
I've told you everything I can.
One of the farmers outside of town sent me.
What? The farmers know the hideout?
They have noticed the missing sheep.
Damn. Well, then I'll have to move. If they find the hideout empty, maybe they won't keep looking for me.
Now here, between the trees, there's an amulet that spawns in Chapter 2. And this amulet for militia gives 10 dexterity. It's the amulet of agility. This amulet is different for mercenaries and mages. So with this amulet, I would have 20 dexterity. So I would need 10 more somewhere else to do the Thieves Guild quest. The Blood Chalice one. And I can get 10 more dexterity right away in town through additional items.
Is there any?
I've told you everything.
Now, if Cavalorn keeps hanging out here, he will attack and kill this guy. I could go back to Zardes, but Zardes doesn't have anything to say now.
Insisted he knew better.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Show me your way.
He never would have thought of that himself.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
Would it ever change?
Show me your way.
This is gonna change.
It was obvious all along.
Now, since I'm a militia, I won't care about mana. And because of that,
You didn't get that from me.
Do you really believe that?
I could also eat all the mushrooms.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
It can't go on like this forever.
Show me your wares.
Now Bosper got Belt of Skill, 5 Dexterity, and Ring of Dexterity. So with these 2 items and an amulet, I would have 30 Dexterity. And I could do the Blood Chalice quest, if I knew how to pickpocket.
Can you sell me some lockpicks?
If I have any left.
Since I don't know it yet and I don't have learning points, it's gonna wait a little bit.
Show me your...
knows by now.
He works all day, too.
And he works all day, too.
Hey! Show me your...
I want to buy transform into sheep.
Really? How interesting.
He can't keep anything to himself.
These are bad times.
Hey, you!
Everything for everybody.
Show me your fish.
Really, how interesting.
I could better show. It was his decision, wasn't it?
I never knew that.
I already thought as much.
Been there, done that.
What do you have to offer? Then pay it.
Nobody ever asks for my opinion.
These are all Paladin scrolls.
Been there, done
For that is the will of Inos.
that. You don't have to tell me that.
He really didn't deserve that.
That will never change.
That's an open secret.
Will it ever change?
These are bad times.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
I wouldn't have done that.
Is it really true?
Is it true that some townspeople have simply vanished?
So I've heard, but I'm not sure whether it's really true. Just look around you. Does this rat hole look like the place where you want to spend your golden years? Small wonder that people are getting themselves out of here.
As if I didn't have enough problems.
Show me your maps.
It's not what I heard.
So this time he got the map of holy shrines.
Come back again later. I'm sure to have something new for you then.
Which shows you all of the Inos statues around the map.
Hey, you! I know why the Paladins are here.
Really? Tell me.
The Paladins are here to get the magical ore from the Valley of Mines, not because they expect the orcs to attack the city. As soon as they've got the ore, they're going to return to the mainland.
Thanks for the information. The way it looks, we have all the time in the world for building our ship.
I never knew that.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
That's really not my problem.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Is it really true?
But so great was the wrath.
I have a message for Master Isgaroth. He guards the shrine in front of the monastery. If you run this errand for me, you get to choose your own reward.
I'll do it.
Good. Then take the message and choose one of these spell scrolls. When you have delivered the message, I shall reward you accordingly.
Give me the ice arrow.
Good. So be on your way to Master Isgaroth now.
I am ready to join the Ring of Water.
So you delivered your message to Lord Hagen?
Yes, but he sent me to the Valley of Mines so I could get him proof of my words.
You must decide what you want to do next. To me, it was important that he should get the message. Now it's up to him to act, or to wait for your proof. As far as you are concerned, you have proven that you are indispensable to us. You shall be one of our children, and go forth into the world in our name to do the bidding of Adanos. I consign to you this ring of water. May it help you find your allies, and together with them, preserve the balance of this world. May Adanos protect you. And now, go and meet your brothers. They will await you in the tavern, the Dead Harpy, and accept you into our community. You probably know the tavern. It lies on the way to Onar's farm. Do not forget to wear your ring, so your brothers will recognize you as one of their own.
I got the missing ornament from Lord Hagen.
You see? I thought the Paladins had it.
And Beliar gave
I want to learn your abilities.
His divine
Sure.
power,
What do you want
so
to
that
know?
It might destroy the land. But Enos beheld what Beliar had done, and he also bestrode the land and chose the human.
Can you make me a prophecy?
Yes. Time has progressed, and I shall give you a prophecy in return for a few coins.
How much?
For a paltry 100 coins, I shall risk a glance through time for you.
Tell me about the future.
All right, son of bravery. I shall now enter a state of trance. Are you ready? A mercenary. He will need you. A terrible murder. The Eye, the sinister henchmen, they are coming, searching for you. A guardian will fall, but the three shall unite. Only then shall you receive what is yours. That's all. There's nothing more I can see.
Can you make me another prophecy?
Oh, son of the mysterious future. It is not within my power to lift the veil of time. Only when time sends me another omen shall I be able to see for you again.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus, by the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen.
Keep anything to himself.
Show me your wares.
Really? How interesting.
Now that can't take care of everything for
Hey!
everybody.
Show me your wares.
Now Zuris has a strength potion.
How interesting.
I don't have to buy it now because I want to use it now.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Don't tell me that. Ah, there you are again.
Show me your wares.
Go away, don't tell me that.
That's what I've always said.
I can't take care of everything.
Show me your wares.
He can't keep gonna get even worse.
Someone's got to do the work. Anything to himself.
That's not what I heard. Anything to himself.
There you are again. Harrod has finally finished that damn assignment for the Paladins. That means that I can now offer you some new weapons. Are you interested?
Show me your wares.
Really? How interesting.
Now this guy has militia belt.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
I could use it in combination with my militia armor
He simply talks too much.
to get some extra defense.
I need your help.
If it's absolutely necessary, what's wrong?
I'm being attacked by monsters.
But I don't see any monsters right now. I'm sure you're just making that up.
Now this guy reacts differently. If you break the seal,
Hey, you! I carry a message from Vatras.
What is this message?
It's a letter. Here.
The seal is broken! What were you thinking, you fool? Go and tell Vatras that I have received his message.
Hey! I carry a message from Vatras.
What is this message?
It's a letter. Here.
Good. You can tell Vatras that I have received the message. Take these potions as a reward for your service. They will surely be of use to you. May Innos watch over you always.
Now I have 2 aquamarine rings. One that belongs to me and one that belongs to Laris.
Same old thing all over again.
Is it really true?
Been there, done that.
How's it going with your taverns?
Times have been better, you know? People's purses aren't as open as they used to be.
Show me.
Certainly, brother.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
That's all just gossip.
You just have to listen.
I heard that the ring is going to meet in your tavern.
That's right. They should be starting just about now. I wonder what's taking them so long.
The meeting is today.
Yes? At least that's what I seem to recall. I hope it won't get so late again.
You just have to listen.
There's another.
One less monster around.
You really should have known better.
Is it really true?
I'm staying out of it.
He doesn't see that.
Now Cavalorn may miss out on this event if you
listen to the wrong people.
don't do the quest with a stone circle outside of Corinus.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Same old thing all over again.
That's really not my problem.
All right, my young friend. We have come together here to celebrate your admission to the Ring of Water. The boys who are present here will keep an eye out for you from today on. Of course, there are others who also belong to the Ring of Water, so be careful. Whether you do us a service or mess things up, we are going to learn about it. Here, take the armor of our community. Wear it with pride, but never in town or in other inhabited areas. Remember, we must not be exposed. Nobody must therefore be told who the members of the Ring of Water are. Nobody talks about the Ring of Water. That's our foremost rule. Stick to it. Any more questions? I used to say that myself.
The thing about not wearing armor in town doesn't matter. No one will care.
What about weapons then?
The weapon of the ring is the quarterstaff, but everyone uses whatever arms he is most comfortable with. Here's one of our staffs. I never really figured out how to use it, but maybe you can handle the thing.
What kind of help can I get from you?
I can show you how to become more dexterous. If you need help with wielding close combat weapons, talk to Cord. He is a master of the blade. Gon will gladly show you the proper way to gut animals. Martin can tell you a lot about the Paladins. Cavalorn will teach you sneaking around, one-handed combat, and archery. Orlin will always have a warm chamber and a bed waiting for you. And for anything related to magic, talk to Vatras.
I've got to go.
Fine. Then don't let us keep you. Now go directly to Vatras and ask him to give you your first task. Brothers of the Ring. Let us now return to our duties. The bandit attacks are still going on. We must see to it that this menace is stopped. Adanos, preserve the balance of this world.
That was obvious all along.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
Wait a minute.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Wait a minute.
Welcome to the ring, my friend.
Wait a minute.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
I couldn't care less.
So this armor is slightly better than
That's all just
militia armor?
Welcome to the Ring of Water, brother. You should go see Vatras now.
See that? I can't help him. So you're the new fellow, eh? Welcome among us, brother of the ring. Go to Vatras first, perhaps then I'll have time for you.
I'll see you later, down at the harbor.
A fresh face in our midst. Welcome to the Ring of Water. Vatras wants to see you. You better go see him now.
That was obvious all along.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
Will it ever change?
And that's the truth.
I'm no better off myself.
I'm staying out of it.
Nobody will learn anything with me.
Now the water staff is pretty good cause it deals 60 damage and requires only 30 strength. For now, it's really good for me. I have not visited Jack in his lighthouse, so let's do it quickly.